Chris Billam-Smith, a.k.a. CBS, he's gone and done the unthinkable. He's gone and done what a lot of these ducks in the Cruiserweight division don't have the courage to do. And that is to call out the big Uso, Jai Opetaia. Shout out to CBS, man. I mean, listen, out of all the fighters in the Cruiserweight division, I never imagined it would be CBS calling out Jai Opetaia, because we already know Jai Opetaia be the one that be calling everyone out, and they're all shook, they're all scared, they don't want to fight him, they're avoiding that beatdown, they don't want to get their jaws broken, they don't want to end up in hospital. But Chris Billam-Smith, shout out to him, after that grueling war against Ryan Rozicki at the weekend. Absolutely crazy fight. Both fighters going back and forth. I feel personally that Rozicki took way too much punishment. The referee could have stopped the fight a little bit early. Thank God his cornerman used common sense and stopped the fight and saved their fighter for another day, because Rozicki was taking punishment. But you know what? Shout out to CBS, man. He showed me that he's got courage, he's got heart, he's got grit. You know what I mean? He's a true warrior. And him calling out Jai Opetaia, for me, is a breath of fresh air, man. These are the type of fighters I like. Call out the big guy, because Jai Opetaia, even without the belt, he's still the #1 guy in the Cruiserweight division. That's just my opinion. I don't really care what no one else has to say. That's how I see it. But listen, we're going to dive into this. We're going to dissect this whole call out from Chris Billam-Smith. We're going to talk about the potential clash between Jai Opetaia and Chris Billam-Smith and what it means for the whole Cruiserweight division. But before we do that, let's listen to what Chris Billam-Smith had to say about Jai Opetaia. Then we're going to come back and we're going to break it all down, my people. Let's listen up.
I've done it my whole career. I've always looked ahead and looked to what's next. Like, win this and we could do that. And then that almost extra motivation almost.
Yeah, God, what a good bit of psychology that was.
So Jai Opetaia would be the fight I want. I understand they might do Benavidez, they might do McKee, might do Michaelian, whatever, because he might be out sooner than I will. But if he's not next, has to be the next fight after that.
Yeah.
Or even if he fights once in the meantime and then we fight, I don't know what his plans are, if he's in camp and close to making a fight or what, but it has to be in the next two fights.
There you go. You've all heard it. CBS wants that smoke with Jai Opetaia. And you know what, yeah? Shout out to him, respect to him, yeah? Because not many fighters have the courage to do that in the Cruiserweight division. And you know what, yeah? For me, this fight makes perfect sense, because who else will Jai Opetaia and CBS fight in the Cruiserweight division? Like, if we look at the whole standings, the rankings, the sanctioning bodies, and how things are shaping up in the Cruiserweight division, you got David Benavidez. He holds the WBO and the WBA titles. Now, we don't really know what's happening with David Benavidez. Is he going to go back down to the light heavyweight division? Is he going to unify the titles against Noah Michaelian? Like, we don't know. Like, apparently the WBC ordered the fight between Michaelian and Benavidez. They ordered that fight. That fight should be happening, but we haven't really heard no negotiations happening behind the scenes or contracts being signed. So everything is still up in the air. We don't really know what's happening. With the IBF title, we can see Jai Opetaia go stripped as soon as he went over to Zuffa Boxing, had his first fight. He got stripped by the IBF. Now, you've got a situation in play here. David Nyika and Mason are going to fight each other for the final eliminator. Vidal Riley is also in play here. He's holding out for a title opportunity with the IBF. Jai Opetaia, CBS, Chris Billam-Smith, they're not in contention. I mean, they're not in the conversation for the title. So there's no one else for them to really fight but themselves. You know what I mean? Like, they can only take on each other. Now, if I go down to the other weight classes, sorry, not the weight classes, to the other divisions here, to the other sanctioning bodies, you know, with the WBC, WBA, like everything's busy here. What other names can Jai Opetaia really fight as of right now? Who else can he fight that has like that has a name? You know what I mean? That makes sense for Jai Opetaia. It's only Chris Billam-Smith. Like, even if you look at the rankings, you look at the IBF, Chris Billam-Smith is ranked number 3. Jai Opetaia is ranked number 4. They're quite close to each other. We go to the WBC. Jai Opetaia ranked number 2. Chris Billam-Smith ranked number 3. Like, they're close to each other. Like, they're right next to each other in the rankings. So it only makes sense for these two guys to fight each other. Like, Vidal Riley, he already came out in an interview and he spoke that he's not going to fight Jai Opetaia next because he's holding out for a title shot with the IBF. So he's not going to risk his position right now to go against a monster like Jai Opetaia, do you know what I mean, and risk it for the biscuit, you know what I mean? So I don't blame Vida O'Reilly. So the only name for me that makes sense for the big Oos Jai Opetaia right now is Chris Billam-Smith. I mean, listen, even without a title on the line, obviously Jai Opetaia's Ring Magazine title will be on the line if these two guys fight each other. It's a great fight, man. Overall, I would love to see it, man. Make it happen. I really hope that Jai Opetaia and his team have seen this call out from Chris Billam-Smith, and behind the scenes that they got the ball rolling. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're gonna get in contact because Jai Opetaia is not the type of fighter to duck smoke from nobody. You know what I mean? Nobody. And he's been the one that's been calling out everybody in the Cruiserweight division for the last couple of years. So if he can call people out, yeah, when people call him out, he should be able to accept that call out as well. You know, I like what Chris Billam-Smith has done. In the past, Jai Opetaia has called him out too when Chris Billam-Smith was holding the WBO title. But at the time, Chris Billam-Smith was pursuing a fight against Zolder Ramirez because Zolder Ramirez had the WBA. So he's trying to unify the titles. He pursued that fight, obviously lost. Zolder Ramirez took his WBO title. He didn't want to fight Jai Opetaia at the time because risk versus rewards, it just wasn't worth it. Even though Jai Opetaia called him out and offered him the whole fight purse. Jai Opetaia told him, yo, CBS, take the whole $1 million. I'll fight you for free, man. Let's go. But obviously to CBS, he was like, nah, I don't really want that smoke right now. The easy route is Zolder Ramirez. But that didn't work out. But now, both guys find themselves under the same umbrella, same promotion, Dana White, Zuffa Boxing. Nowhere for them to go right now, the way things are shaping up in the division and with the other sanctioning bodies having beef with Zuffa Boxing. Can they even fight for titles? We don't know. It's still up in the air. So for me, it makes perfect sense for these fights to be made, man. You know what I mean? There's not going to be no issues, no hurdles. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing really stopping these fights from happening. If both fighters have the will to make it happen, the fight happens. Chris Billam-Smith has already made his intentions clear. He wants the fight against Jai Opetaia. Either next, or if Jai Opetaia is busy, maybe Jai Opetaia has already got another fighter in mind. Chris Billam-Smith wants that fight after. You know what I mean? Like first, next fight, or the one after. He wants the smoke with a big goose. And trust me, Jai Opetaia is not the type of guy that would turn down some smoke. He doesn't mind the smoke because he's been calling these guys out for the longest. Now, I will say this, it is brave of CBS calling out Jai Opetaia, but I don't think he'll be successful in the ring against Jai Opetaia. I'm just keeping it real. Man. I respect CBS, especially after that performance against Ryan Rozicki at the weekend. He showed that he's got courage, he's got grit, you know what I mean, determination to come through some sticky moments, and he's going to need that. He's going to need that heart and courage when he gets in the ring against the big who's Jai Opetaia, because he's going to face all type of problems in there. You know what I mean? He's going to need way more than what he showed against Rozicki. You know what I mean? He's going to have to show better boxing skills, better head movements, you know what I mean, better reflexes to avoid the big shots from Jai Opetaia, because the shots he was hitting against Ryan Rozicki, if he hits those same shots against Jai Opetaia, it's going to be an early night. I'm just keeping it real. It's going to be an early night. But CBS, one thing I do have to give him, he's a tough guy, man. He's a tough guy. He's never been knocked out, never been stopped. I don't think, he's probably been dropped a few times, but I don't think he's never been stopped. If I'm mistaken, let me know in the comments, but I don't think CBS has ever been stopped. So he's got grit. He's a tough guy. He's a warrior. He showed us at the weekend. So it's going to be an intriguing matchup. It's going to be a very good fight. Like, I'm not saying that, you know, Jai Opetaia is going to walk through CBS, but the way I see the fight planning out is that Jai Opetaia is just going to have way too much for CBS. You know what I mean? Early on, it's going to be competitive when both fighters are fresh, but as the rounds go on, I feel like Jai Opetaia will just have more gears than CBS. But it's still going to be a highly competitive fight early on, and it's a fight that I really want to see. So I like this caller from CBS. Whether the fight happens next, we don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. But for me, it makes perfect sense because everyone else is tied up, man. David Benavidez, like I said, we don't really know what's happening with him. Is he going to go back down to the light heavyweight division? Is he going to hang around in the Cruiserweight division, try and unify the WBC and then, you know, fight for undisputed eventually? Or is he going to go back down and pursue a Dimitri Bivol fight, which is a big money fight for him as well, a light heavyweight? So we need to wait and see. Jose Benavidez, the father of David Benavidez, he came out and said he's got proof that Jai Opetaia is ducking his son. He still hasn't shown us the proof. I sent him a direct message. I DM'd him on Instagram. He read the message, but he didn't reply, man. You know what I mean? He didn't reply. I asked him, what's the proof? Come on the channel. Let's talk about it. He read it, but, you know, he's not ready yet. He's not ready to show us the proof. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for Jose Benavidez, for Unk to show us the proof that Jai Opetaia and his team are ducking him. I highly doubt it, man. Jai Opetaia has been calling out fighters for donkeys years. He's never ducked no one, so I don't think he's going to start ducking fighters right now. But you've seen it. Chris Billam-Smith calls out Jai Opetaia. He wants that smoke. When a fighter really wants to fight, it happens. You know what I mean? And them two guys being under the same umbrella, same promoter, Zuffa Boxing, is easy to make. And we know Dana White loves the big fights. He loves when the best fight the best. That's what he's about. I might not agree with Dana White on everything. In fact, I disagree with him 95% of the time. But the 5% of the time that I agree with him is when he matches the best versus the best. The top fighters versus another top fighter. Let them fight, man. Let's see who's the best. You know, for Chris Billam-Smith, fighting Jai Opetaia, that's a big name on his resume. Jai Opetaia is the boogeyman of the Cruiserweight division. If Chris Billam-Smith goes out there and he was to get a win against Jai Opetaia, mate, what that does for his career, mate, life-changing. Life-changing. And for Jai Opetaia, everyone always criticizing him for fighting all these pub fighters, C-level fighters, D-list fighters, whatever, low-caliber fighters. Chris Billam-Smith presents a better challenge than a Sin Cara, than a Claudio Squillo, than a Glanton. You know what I mean? He's better than those guys. He's a level above those guys. So there is some respect to be gained for Jai Opetaia here as well. You know what I mean? So I really hope that this fight happens. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be an intriguing matchup. I want it to happen. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, my people. CBS, Chris Billam-Smith calls out Jai Opetaia. Big mistake? Is he brave? Courageous? Do you rate him? Do you respect him for doing what others in the Cruiserweight division haven't gathered the courage, the kahunas to do? Let me know in the comments, my people. And how do you see this fight going if it does happen? CBS wins or Jai Opetaia? Thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Please don't forget to smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe because you're really going to help us to grow. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.